You held me back when I tried to move on from your life, so you stole my life for clarity. So hold me back, now you're here, 'cause I'm mad, show no fear. Wanna let you know just how it felt. Oh no, 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 no. Don't you think we could? There's a way we could be. No, oh no, 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 no. I know the way you look at me, I know it too well. Now I'm bulletproof, you might find you're gone, but I'm flying high. I'm bulletproof, don't ever touch the ground. You can never bring me down. You can never bring me down. Can never bring me down. 'Cause I'm bulletproof. Yeah, I'm bulletproof. We've been up, we've been down, trying to figure things out. End up losing myself in it. But I'm done being down, gotta end it all now. I won't never turn it round again. Oh no, 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 no. Don't you think we could? There's a way we could be. No, oh no, 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 no. I know the way you look at me, I know it too well. Now I'm bulletproof, you might find you're gone, but I'm flying high. I'm bulletproof, don't ever touch the ground. You can never bring me down. You can never bring me down. Can never bring me down. Cause I'm bulletproof. Cause I'm bulletproof. Cause I'm bulletproof. Yeah, I'm bulletproof. You might find you're gone, but I'm flying high. I'm bulletproof, don't ever touch the ground. You can never bring me down. You can never bring me down. Can never bring me down. Now I'm bulletproof, you might find you're gone, but I'm flying high. I'm bulletproof, don't ever touch the ground. You can never bring me down. You can never bring me down. Can never bring me down. 'Cause I'm bulletproof. Yeah, I'm bulletproof. 'Cause I'm bulletproof.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied. It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied. It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. Can you believe it's Thursday? This week has gone so far. This whole month has gone so fast. I think it's just because I've been so busy each and every single day, but busy in a good way. I hope everyone is doing okay. Oh, Elaine, darling, you're still feeling unwell. I remember you said the other day you having breathing difficulties, right? Oh, wishing you better, hun. I hope you managed to see a doctor, but sometimes you have to push them to do more tests and stuff, or else they'll just turn you away and say you're okay. But you know how you feel, and don't let them, gaslight you, and just keep going back and keep on their backs until you feel better. It's getting hot and you can't sleep. What's making you hot, Dina? What or who is making you hot? Let's see who's here. Hello, Miss P. Hello, Joan Commonwealth. Hey. Hello, Elaine. Boney's here. Let's see. You're 39, Anthony Green. Yeah, we need to take care of ourselves regardless of the age. And health is wealth. Who else is here? Dolores, hi. Hi, Brenda. C-Mac, hi, Lorna. Lorna, all, if it's hot enough to fry an egg on the sidewalk, please hydrate. I mean, hydrate regardless, but hydrate extra if it's hot enough to fry an egg. Alrighty. Live chat is open. Sorry, call-in chat is open. If you want to join the chat today, please feel free. Hello, Uniquely Me. How are you? Verda, hello. Hi, Black Cougar. Black Queen, hi. Hi, Marilyn. Crystal, hi. All right, welcome to the chat, everyone. And let's get started because I didn't do a podcast yesterday, so there's a lot to catch up with. All right, let's start with some positive stuff. Meghan sent some goodies to the staff at Mum's Demand who have been volunteering around the clock. This is an organisation that is working towards a gun reform. And she sent a letter to them saying, "Good afternoon, ladies. To each of you, your fearless leader, Shannon, a huge thank you for the work you are doing to keep our kids, families, and communities safe. Please know that while you may feel exhausted by your endless hours of dedication to this cause, I hope you feel energized in knowing that the work you're doing is vital and so deeply appreciated. As a mum, as a friend, thank you very much, Meg." Signed, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. And Meghan is not new to this. She is true to this. This is probably something, not even probably, this is something that she has been doing for a very long time. When she was on the set of Suits, she organised to have leftover food taken to homeless shelters. And just being thoughtful and always showing up with something and not just empty hands or a smile here and there, like some people we know. And it just shows that, when Meghan and Harry are quiet, that's when they're working the most. And there's a lot of things that Meghan and Harry are going to do that we'll just never hear about. So that's that. Also, a lot of people were sharing this picture around of Delphine, and I think that's Nacho and the kids hugging. And it turns out that it was actually Meghan that took that picture, which is ultra cool. It was posted on, is it Delphine or Delphine? Sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, Nacho's wife, on her social media. So Meghan there being the photographer. Also, Beyoncé released her first song of her new album, Break My Soul. And instantly, when people heard the song, many people said, this reminded them of Meghan and Meghan's journey the last couple of years. And for me, I definitely thought of Meghan the moment I heard the song. If you listen to the lyrics, you could almost swear that Beyonce wrote it with her in mind. So word on the streets is not confirmed at all. It's just a rumor that perhaps Meghan might show up in the video. And it's not entirely impossible, to be honest with you, because Beyonce has had prominent women feature in a lot of her music videos in the past, including Serena, who Meghan is friends with. So honestly, if that happens, please bury me in Dior couture, because I will not survive that. There is absolutely no way that I will survive Meghan being in Beyonce's video. I don't think anyone on that salty island is going to survive Meghan being in a Beyonce video. That will be just a cultural moment. Sorry, the biggest cultural moment, like in the last decade. Y'all, I will not be able to handle. So let me just go back to your comments for a sec before we continue. Oh, thank you so much, Dina. Summer weather, darling. Well, we love it. And I just love it when it's warm because I get to wear pretty dresses and just look a little bit more feminine. It's just, you don't get that much warm weather to enjoy in the UK. Sharpie, I'm so tired of these two and their performative nonsense and gaslighting. Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's just to be expected. It's to be expected. Yes, Black Queen. I'm sick of it too, but I'm also sick of Black people allowing themselves to be used. So it goes both ways. Yes, thank you so much to the mods. And let's see. Lynn, Copycat Mumbles will be sending out a letter soon. Well, for all we know, she may have sent out a letter to someone. It will just take 6 months to appear on their doorstep, like Williams. Yes, the internet would explode if that happened. Jen Commonwealth, I'm buried into you're asking for too much. I just want to try and yes, Marina, there will be incandescent with rage, with absolute rage. And I'll be incandescent with joy. Also, for those of you in the UK, a great opportunity. I just thought this was really cool. I'm not connected to this organization in any way. This is a Black equity organization. They've teamed up with Sky, and they're rewarding £1 million partnership backing to Black entrepreneurs to launch and grow their own businesses. So if you're interested in that opportunity, I have posted the link on the community tab. Someone on the communities tab said, "Oh, only 1 million?" And I'm like, "Hun, this is the UK." Like, this is about as generous as you can expect. I know that in the US, Goldman Sachs actually have a $1 billion fund for Black women. But yeah, those of you who are in the UK, I believe it's for people aged 20 to 30. So got a business idea, go and check that out. Also in the UK, now you know what the rule is here on Duchess of Success. We only talk about Piers Morgan when to laugh at him. And there was a lot to laugh about today. So in the UK, there are union strikes going on. And the leader of one of the unions is called Michael Lynch. Now, he had on his Facebook profile a profile picture of a Thunderbirds character, and it's been years since I watched Thunderbirds, so I don't have a great memory of the show. But the particular character that he chose is meant to be a supervillain, right? And he probably just, picked this avatar just as a joke. Piers Morgan invited this guy on his show, and instead of having a serious conversation about government corruption and the cost of living crisis that we're having, he decided to make the entire conversation about the fact that Michael Lynch had this cartoon character as his profile picture. And I'm not going to play the clip here because I don't want to get done for copyright, but if you go on Twitter or on social and watch it, it is the most embarrassing thing you've ever seen, even by Piers Morgan standards. And in retaliation to this ridiculous interview, Michael Lynch then went back to his Facebook profile and changed it to a picture of Piers Morgan with Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, after getting absolutely ripped apart by social media, Piers Morgan then comes back, does another video trying to save himself, saying, when I launched the show, the whole premise was to annoy all the right people. And today I feel like my work is almost done. Let me tell you something. I went through all of the comments. People on the left, people on the right, everybody was ripping into Piers Morgan. So for Piers Morgan just to be talking about annoying the right people, well, thank you for acknowledging what we all already knew, that you are not a journalist, you were just a sensationalist rat. And here were some of the comments to what he said. So we're supposed to take this show seriously or not? Is it hard-hitting news and debate or just a vehicle for Morgan to annoy people? What a mess. Only Piers Morgan could interview someone on a serious political issue, reduce it to an irrelevant criticism of the interviewee's Facebook profile, and come out thinking that he achieved some important victory. Another person saying, so he's just a Ish Ali G. And someone else saying, in a rare moment of honesty, Piers Morgan admits that his only goal in life is to be a D-head. And, both the original video and Piers's attempted comeback was so embarrassing. It was just unbelievable. I don't even think I've ever seen anything that bad on Fox News. That's how bad it was. And it's no wonder Piers Morgan Uncensored is becoming Piers Morgan Unwatched, viewing figures plummeting, and he can sit here and yell at the political left all he wants. His audience is the political right, and even they don't want to watch him. And the whole Talk TV, media outlet. I mean, they have over 300,000 subscribers, supposedly, on their YouTube channel. I wonder how real that figure is. How many of those subscribers are bought? But they're averaging a couple hundred views per video. I mean, I think the most watched one on this list that I brought up was like 3,000. So the whole sensationalist media, shtick, it's just not working here in the UK. And I truly believe that this is just truly the beginning of the end for Piers Morgan, because that's actually the first time that I've even seen his own coming after him. So let's just go to your comments before we continue. Brenda, no one really understands why Black people wants to be used. Oh, I don't know, Brenda. It's just like, I think that some people are just so desperate for approval. They're so desperate for validation that they're willing to, just demean themselves or align themselves with people that don't even see them as human. And so I don't know what is up with a lot of Black Brits here. You're not going to see me doing it, is all I can say. You won't see me anywhere near Kate or William. Yes, uniquely me, Thunderbirds. Oh, did you see it, Lynn? Yeah, it was hilarious, wasn't it? Yeah, Michael Lynch has time for them, and do you know what? He has really kept his cool. Every single British tabloid press rat has tried to irritate him on TV, and he has kept his cool every single time. Yes, he has given the British media and politicians a treating. Yeah, Valerie, he has truly descended into madness. Like I honestly couldn't believe it. Yes, Hoghead. He made a complete fool of himself. Like, I'm just embarrassed. This is really embarrassing. Really, to me, everybody on the left and right was tearing. Yeah, everybody. Like, it wasn't just the left at all, because everybody could see just how embarrassing and ridiculous it was. Maggie, I thought Piers Morgan had been cancelled. Well, he's probably begged his overlord Murdoch, and he's hanging by a thread. But I, like I've said before, I think that the court case with Harry is going to be the final nail in the coffin. So anyway, that is that. Onto this. So at the Windrush statue unveiling, our Miss Catherine here decided to show up in all white Valentino. I wonder what inspired her to do that. But what was interesting was what British Vogue posted about Kate's suit, with the tagline, "The Duchess of Cambridge revisits her favourite white power suit." I think somebody needs a new editor to sort out some of these headings. And yes, as you can imagine, Twitter ripped into them, and they changed the title into "The Duchess of Cambridge revisits her favourite white suit" instead of her favourite white power suit. And people also pointing out the hypocrisy in the fact that pantsuits were apparently against royal protocol, and that the Queen and Kate Middleton are usually spotted in skirts and dresses. But Meghan here loves a trouser, from wide-legged ones to cigarette-style pants. And these are apparently not fitting for a royal lady. Double standards as usual, and they just keep revealing themselves. Now, this whole copy Kate thing, this is the last time that I'm going to refer to this because I have gone over and over again in my head. Why does the palace continue to do this? Is it because they're trying to intimidate Meghan? Is it because they're just unoriginal? Is Kate just genuinely crazy and obsessed with Meghan? And I've come to the conclusion that at this point, for them, any and all publicity is good publicity. And that's why I think, despite the fact that it's making Kate look like a crazy stalker, they continue to do this. So I think that as a collective, the squad just needs to leave the whole copycat thing alone. And this is the last time on my channel that I will be referring to this, because I do genuinely believe that they're just doing it on purpose to get attention. They can't get it any other way. Hello, Joseph. How are you? Pull the plug on this 5-alarm dumpster fire of a program. Please put this bottom feeder's audience out of their misery. Yeah, I mean, wasn't it what, 10,000 viewers at one point? That was the low. I mean, I'm averaging that on my podcast. Yes, Lynn. Lynch is taking the Tory government to task, making them look foolish. Yes, Karma is catching up to Piers Morgan. Rochelle, it's time for Murdoch to pull the plug. Well, wasn't his contract worth like tens of millions? What was it? Something like this. Was it 30 to 50 million? And then all of the advertising and staff all together, you're looking at almost 100 million that Murdoch paid and put together for all of this. And for what? Oh, yes, most people. Yes, Murdoch is indeed getting a divorce. He is divorcing Jerry Hall, and I hope she completely rinses him and takes him for everything that she can get. And hopefully the UK will one day grow a backbone and divorce him, and Australia, and divorce him also. Sharpie, Norway, keep the editor. He or she is a troll. What, like a good troll who's trying to get Kate in trouble, or a bad troll who's trying to be a racist? Which type of troll? Cindy, when Kate's copying Meghan's clothing, I think it's a form of bullying. Well, I don't know. It might well be, but whatever way you look at it, it makes her look crazy. Why is a 40-year-old woman cosplaying her sister-in-law? Lorna, I hate to say this, but some people of color want to deny where they're from. To them, money, position, honors, and power means they have made it, and they wouldn't look back. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Hello, Church Nelly. You've opened the bar and the bar and the pharmacy and the smoking lounge. Yeah, see, Max, she's just copying so that we can give her attention. And I've just had enough of it. Hello, Church Nelly, and all the brazen hussies. Yes. So moving on to the large story of the day. Martin Luther Cambridge, as Baron would say, is here leading the fight against racism. I mean, what can what can you even say at this point? Like the picture by William is what William needs to do. Just keep it stum. Keep it stum, William, because until you address what you have done and you and your press rats have done to your sister-in-law, you should not be talking about racism at all. But anyway, they went to a ceremony for Windrush Day. It was the unveiling of a statue. And what was interesting about this is that the statue itself cost about £1 million. and it was built without even consulting the Windrush community. And really, what is a statue when many people are still waiting for compensation and people are being threatened with deportation? This is the most pathetic form of window dressing that I have ever seen. And I actually just find it insulting that Kate and William would show up to this ceremony. Apparently, there were Black journalists who were frozen out because of the fear that they would cover the event unfavorably. This girl over here, looking at her laptop, is just this is me. I think this is the entire squad, because this is exactly what you should do at an event like this. Just hit the ignore button. Ignore. Janice, does William think that we forgot he was party to postponing the deportation of people of the Windrush generation until after him and Kate left the island? Exactly. I think I have. Do I have that? Yes, I do have that headline right here. This is how much William cares about racism. Valerie, Australia has divorced Rupert Murdoch. They voted for the opposite party after he has 23 editors supporting the former PM. That's true, actually. Australia did grow a backbone. Thanks for reminding us. Dina, I think Kate's silence. Yeah, in her own weird way. No, she's not a squaddy. She's just obsessed with Meghan. Oh, thank you so much, Amy. Let's ask William and the press why the reparations still paid out to slave owners until 2015. Yes, nobody's actually ever directly asked them that. And if they could pay out those reparations to the slave owners, why can't they pay out reparations to the countries that were affected by colonialism? You know, nobody's ever asked them that directly, and we need to start asking that question. You know, I mean, who does this in 2022? Showing up in colonizer cosplay, and you say that you care about racism and the effects of racism? Unbelievable. And you know, pictures like this just really upset me. You know, having the kids there. I don't know why parents keep allowing their children to be used by this. Apparently, the black lady in the white, she's meant to be like one of the newly appointed like baronesses or something like that. Yeah, another sellout. But they're happy to pose with you next to statues, but not have you within the inner workings of their office. And if you actually look at this picture of Kensington Palace, it's literally one person of color. It's a man, an Asian man, right in the back. In the back. Oh, says it all. But Church Nelly, Mr. Burns mistreated the only biracial member of the monarchy, exactly. And he's never publicly acknowledged Archie. When he was asked about Archie, he said, well, I'm already an uncle and I already have nephews. So are people falling for this nonsense? No, I think people are pushing back a little bit more this time. Yeah, C-Mac, Goldilocks is a racist in the house. Thank you so much, Cinderella, for the super sticker. Much appreciated, darling. Effany Green, the Windrush statue at the airport is a statement of being out of touch and toned down. I don't think, is it at the airport? I thought it was at a train station. Okay, I'm gonna double check that. Let's see. Joseph Bruno. They need to super glue Voldemort's rosebush scented lips shut. Indy. Just the nerve of these people. Catherine, no black journalists were at the event to report the true facts. The head of Black Barnes should be ashamed instead of grinning like Samuel L. Jackson character in Django. Yes. Kim Coates, when negative press is better than having no press at all, the monarchy has a huge problem. I agree with that. Not just with Kate cosplaying Meghan's fashion, but with Martin Luther Cambridge patronising people of colour. Do you know what? They could actually be egging on their own demise doing this, because you're right in when negative press is better than having no press. The monarchy has a huge problem, because that also means that sooner or later the press machine will also realize that there is no point in kissing up to these people and protecting them for the sake of getting access. Because what are we getting access to? We're getting access to a bunch of borings and blands who are not selling our papers. So if negative press sells more, eventually, I tell you, the press will turn on the royals, and they will start with William and Kate, because somebody is going to have to pay for the fact that Harry and Meghan escaped. And when you've got Charles and Camilla keeping their enemies close and the Daily Fail closer, at the end of the day, Charles is king. He's the first in line. So who are they going to throw under the bus? They're going to throw William under the bus first, and Kate. Cookies. I hope social media drags Goldilocks for the racist bully he is. Royal family, like, yes, everybody was dragging him. And actually, following William's speech, the video of Harry from the Me You Can't See talking about the press basically not wanting to stop going after Meghan until she's dead, then went viral again. All right, so that was that. What else did I want to mention? Yeah, so there was a statement that was put out by this gentleman. Now, the writing is quite small, so I'm going to read it from my phone instead of reading it from the screen. So just give me a sec, because it's quite a long letter. Oh, now where did I put it? Okay, so right, to the Honourable Michael Gove MP and Baroness Flo Ella. So I'm assuming that's the black lady there, and the other guy, that is Michael Gove. Thank you for your invitation to the unveiling ceremony on Windrush Day for the National Monument inside Waterloo Station. Oh, so it is inside of a train station, inside of Waterloo Station. The invitation states that the ceremony will celebrate the lives, contribution, and legacy of those who came to the UK from the Caribbean from 1948 to 1971 and their descendants, culminating in the unveiling of its fitting monument, which can be embraced by future generations and the nation for decades to come. I am still puzzled as to why I was sent an invitation, as I am on public record as condemning the entire Windrush construct as a sham and a gross distortion of the relationship between the African diaspora from the Caribbean and the African continent and Britain. The invitation noted that the event will be attended by guests that embody the spirit of diversity that our country has to offer, whatever that might mean. These will include noble British Caribbean individuals who have made a lasting contribution to the UK. Significantly, this monument is being unveiled in the same month that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth celebrates 70 years as British monarch. During those 70 years, the British state has perpetrated a culture of racism that has violated the human rights of Black Commonwealth and British-born and neutralised citizens, marring their lives and killing thousands of them directly through brutalisation while in the custody of the state, and indirectly through that of racism on their life chances and their health and well-being. Just 1 week after I received your invitation, The Guardian ran a story of a report on the Windrush scandal, which the Home Office is said to be refusing to release, and which argued, among other damning findings, that as the scandal, and the culmination of 30 years of racist immigration laws. Throughout those 30 years and more, Her Imperial Majesty presided at the opening of Parliament and ushered into immigration legislation that was more racist in every iteration, including legislation in 2014 and 16 that framed the hostile environment. In 1945, the 5th Pan-African Congress was held in Manchester. That Congress, attended by Pan-Africanist anti-colonial campaigners, and leaders of work movements across the Caribbean made a number of demands of the British state, including that Britain should take action against the racism Black people were suffering, especially those who had risked life and limb and given loyal service to the British Crown in the Second World War. The principal message to Britain from that Congress was that those subjects of the British Crown who risked their lives in defending Nazism should not have to face racism and Nazism in the very country they had fought to defend. Okay, so he goes on. It's quite a long letter, and he talks about other parts of history. It is quite lengthy, but there's just one other bit that I wanted to read, where he says the Windrush Commemoration Committee projects the monument as an ambitious public work that stands as a testament to the contribution of Caribbean pioneers and communities across the UK. They claim it will create a permanent place of reflection, inspiration, and be a visible statement of our heritage. But the Windrush narrative itself erases that shared history and heritage and refers lazily to the Windrush generation as if they have had no past and no experience with Britain before arriving in Britain. So, very, very strongly worded letter there, and it was just great to actually see someone in the UK pushing back and not allowing themselves to be used as a prop and being very vocal. Right. Yeah, Black people stay away from William and Kate. Say it louder for the people who like being used as props in the back. Indeed. Crystal, that picture of the statue looks awful. I don't understand why Floella Benjamin played part in this rubbish. Oh, I'm sure they've paid her nicely. Feels like she's part of the club now. Carmen, they needed to ask William the tough questions and watch him lie to save face. Thank you so much, Kim, for your donation. Much appreciated, darling. And this comes not too long after them showing up to the Grenfell anniversary, again coming empty-handed and completely erasing the work of their sister-in-law. I really think the Shane-Bridges at this point, they don't care anymore. And they're really just showing their either white supremacists. Yeah, I don't think they ever really cared, but now it's just like it's really showing itself. Patricia, it does seem like William and Kate staff hate the Cambridges as much as the Sussexes because they're not doing them much good. Well, they don't really know what else to do other than window dress because they've never worked. All they've done is window dress and done, silly PR photo shoots. Effany, anyone notice that Willie Boy has been pictured almost daily with people of colour? Oh, not even since the failed tour, hun. Pretty much since the Oprah interview. Pretty much since then. Catherine, the Me You Can't See should have been on Netflix or Amazon. More people would have seen it. Well, it's gone pretty viral on social media. That clip has been shared millions of times. So anyone that didn't see the whole thing has definitely seen that clip. It's like a 7-minute clip where he talked about the press hounding Meghan, his mother being hounded for being with a person of colour, and the press losing the narrative, which they are. Okay. Mad Wilson, the Royals are okay saying British children freeze. Yeah, well, I mean, the cost of gas and heating has gone up. I think they're giving like a small aid package to pay for heating and the equivalent of what would be like the stimulus checks that you got in the US are coming in the next few weeks. But all of that is public purse money. So it's just going to further drive up inflation. So you might as well just have dealt with the gas prices and put the companies in their place instead of you're giving out stimulus checks that are just going to lead to more inflation. Doesn't make any sense. Like, this government doesn't know what they're doing. Kenneth, Michael Gove is Sarah Vine's ex-husband. Yes, indeed he is. She was criticising Meghan every week in the papers that couldn't see what was happening in her own life. I think she could see exactly what was happening in her own life, and she was projecting her own insecurities onto Meghan and Harry. A lot of these Karens who hate Meghan in the press do that. TCC Sun, thank you so much for the super chat. Michael Jackson said, Brad press is still press. Having people speak your name is important, good or bad. Relevant for the moment of the day. That is true. And that is why I am done with the copycat story. I won't be talking about it again. Oh, and I am not talking about that portrait unveiling either. The artist was fabulous, but I'm not talking about the actual picture of those boring and blands. He did a good job considering he had to paint boring and blands. Veronica, you said this is a letter. Was it published in paper? No, just an email. An open letter via email. Oh gosh, I've got those nasty trolls in the comment section. Why are you coming in my comment section? Did you hear the Obamas have Spotify? Did they? No, I didn't hear about that. Okay, I'll read into that. I wonder why that was. Lorna, Princess Eugenie should have been there instead. She has a foundation focusing on human trafficking. No, because I think that would bring negative attention, because obviously with her father, and also I don't know if you could equate people literally coming for work with like the human trafficking in the sense of what Eugenie's talking about on her on her podcast. So I think that it would have just caused more negative headlines than good if Eugenie had come, to be honest with you. And I think Eugenie just kind of wants to stay out of it at this point. Mercedes, the black lady is Baroness, and the one that received the Order of the Garter the other day is Marquise. Okay, they both seem to believe the titles are more important than the people, yeah. I mean, they'll let a few in for window dressing, but we know that it's just window dressing. Thank you so much, Maud, for dealing with those nasty people in the comment section. Like, what on earth? Like, why are you coming into my chat? Mary, the monarchy is telling everyone that this is a game they have been playing for centuries, and they're going to continue to play the same way. Yeah, but it's going to be to their detriment. Okay, that is pretty much all I actually had to say. We'll just get through your comments and then we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, everyone, as always. Thank you to the moderators. You have been excellent today. The perverts decided to come into the chat. And I don't know why, because this is not the place for that. Thank you so much, Therese, for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Rochelle, did you find Willie's pose was similar to Harry's in Time magazine? It didn't look like a pose that he usually does it? I'll tell you one thing that artist managed to capture in that painting was the distance between the two of them. And I saw a video of William's reaction to the painting, and literally all he said was, "Oh, it's really big." And he had his hands clasped and he did not look at his wife. So there you have it. Glenn Maxwell is going to be sentenced today. Is she going to be sentenced today? I hope. I hope she is sentenced, but as usual, it's only the woman having the hammer come down for her when there's a hell of a lot of men that should be sentenced also? Because who was she trafficking those girls to? That's the question. All right, I think that's pretty much all. Who's going to get the last word of the day? Thank you to you two, Lorna Williams, and thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you to the mods. FYI, I am on TikTok, and my TikTok is growing very, very quickly. I've been so surprised at the response. So if you want more kind of daily funny videos, then you can go and check out the TikTok. It's the same. It's Duchess of Success _ two can play this game, especially a million squad is in your corner. Indeed. Let's just see. Mandy, William and Kate are lazy enough to touch, unable to read a room, making huge mistakes right before the world stage. Yeah, and they're just deep, digging themselves a deeper and a deeper hole. Oh, thank you so much, BW, for the super sticker, darling. Much appreciated. All right, Rosa Roberts, I'm going to give you the last word of the day. Everyone have a good day indeed, and thank you so much as always. And tomorrow's Friday, so even if there isn't like a whole lot of news, we might just have a nice little Friday chat. So later, everyone. Ciao.
I know I messed it up, but it matters.